When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matter podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
Oh, man. This podcast is a long time coming. But, yeah. Hopefully, you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you kind of see why. It was, we had some things moving, trying to work on some stuff.
Yeah.
Got a little set now.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is like real. This looks like a real thing.
For the non YouTube watchers. So right now we've like converted in there. Well, you don't got it. We're in a like.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Multi-million-dollar set. You gotta come see it. Check us out. Tyler Perry Studios. No,
shout out to IKEA actually.
Yeah, it's a lot of IKEA.
Yeah.
And you did this by yourself.
Not the whole thing.
Pretty much.
You put up stuff.
I'm talking about the table. Most of the table. Like you did this whole table by yourself.
Yeah, it took me like a week to make this table. Not because it takes that long, but just because I took a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
And then your cousin came into town, so I was like, ooh, I gotta get this done before.
And you didn't want my help because I was like, where's the manual? I was like, I'll finish it.
It's other things to do around here.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Trust.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, my cousin was in town. Mm-hmm. So that was cool.
Yeah.
She came for a little short stay.
For a weekend.
So we hosted her for a little bit.
Yeah.
Where did we went to Rocco's Tacos. Yeah. That was cool.
I took her to Sawgrass. And she loved it. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, she was like, I have to come back just for Sawgrass. I was like, okay. I guess. But yeah, she's a really good shopping partner. So I got a lot of
better her
good
than
deals because I never go shopping. So
yeah.
I don't know what else. It was your sister. My sister's birthday. You made this list. So
I made some of it. Okay, so yeah.
It was Judy's birthday.
So that was cool. That's kind of why we went to Rocco's Tacos. Celebrate Judy's birthday and hang out with my cousin.
Yeah.
So that was decent. She's getting old, but she's still not old yet. So yeah. It was fun. Shout out to Judy. And then we also celebrated Mother's Day. I feel like Mother's Day was like right after we recorded our last podcast. That's why I don't think we talked about it in our last podcast.
That's true. We didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't been going through so
really
much
to talk about.
Yeah, we haven't gone through so much, like dealing with the house, and Mother's Day just kind of like popped up on us.
Yeah.
So we ain't do nothing crazy,
Yeah, because that Sunday we went and got flowers that day.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's been a wild couple, like, I don't know. I feel like my sleep has been, like, really bad.
Oh, my God.
These last couple weeks.
Well, yesterday was really good. That was, like, the first real
I'm trying to think.
night's sleep for me.
I think the best sleep I got was, no, I was going to lie. I was going to say was that night that I worked late. Because I was dead tired when I came home.
That's the only reason why you had a good sleep.
But then I woke up super early.
Yeah.
So it kind of ruined all of it.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Well, this weekend, hopefully we sleep.
Yeah, hopefully. Because it don't stop from here. Like, I feel
know.
It's...
But I feel like that's life at this point. Like, do y'all be feeling exhausted? Because, like, literally... There's always something to do. There's always an event. I feel like my to-do list, I'll knock something out and then put 3 things on there. Or like, it's like, this is just life. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is what it is.
Like, I can't, like, in my mind, I just see the schedule and I just know it's like a run for the next like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Cause wedding season is here. Like, it's, I hear the bells. Again. I see the Instagram stories. I got the invitations. Wedding season is here.
Yeah.
We got like 2.
People not really scared of COVID no more.
Oh yeah.
So
it's about to be lit because I like in the next 2 weeks I got a tournament, 2 weddings, baby shower, and I still got to go to work and stuff like all that. And it's in the next 2 weeks, so
life
should be interesting. Yeah,
adulting. Yeah, I feel like that also makes us, or at least right now, we're trying to figure out calendars and like we're back on this. What app is gonna work for us to
get our life together?
Things, yeah. Because
do you not like the one that we have now?
No, it's terrible.
It's terrible. It is. It is.
Because I like to have a monthly overview, and that one doesn't give you that.
So let's be clear.
So I think the other one that you found that we're not using, we're going to use.
So the only reason why we ended up with this one is because I thought we were going to do like our meal plans through there. Yeah. We did it the first week. It was awesome.
Yeah, but even then, I didn't like how it looked.
So yeah. Hey, trust me, I've like downloaded all those apps to my phone.
Yeah.
Tried them out. And like, so we're going to go back.
The other one is good. Not the original one.
I know what you're talking about. I don't want to show.
It's like the blue one.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that one is going to work out. I don't know. And then like I get bookings for the alterations and sewing classes and stuff. And then I sync it to my iCal and not our family calendar. And at this point, I'm not even using a planner anymore, like a physical planner. Mm-hmm. I just carry it around to like brain dump, I guess.
Jot down notes or whatever.
Right. So, and I can just do that on the Notes app.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like all over the place, and I'm not trying to carry a bunch of stuff with me all the time.
That's one thing I do want. And I know this is like weird, like nerdy family calendar stuff, but I want something that I can integrate with my Google Calendar and my iCal because I kind of use all of them.
Yeah, and you have 2 phones.
So the thing about it, all those calendars show up, at least my work and my personal show up on my phone.
Oh.
But I don't get the family stuff because it's on a whole separate calendar. Like I want something that can do it all. And I don't know, maybe we should look at using one of those like a iCalendar. Yeah, and even if we just create it under like the Michel Matter's email address or something where we can put it all in one spot. And we're like having a family meeting in front of y'all right now, but
this was not the plan.
It wasn't. Now that you said it,
it is like while we're driving to the wedding. I think I'm gonna like. We have to figure out which calendar, and I'm just going to spend that whole time just putting dates.
It's not going to take that long, but I hear you.
It is going to take long.
Anyway.
And it's annoying looking at a screen for that long. But, yeah. Looks like you got a haircut.
Yes, man. It don't look like I got a haircut. I got a haircut. Beard trim, fade, done up.
How you feel?
I feel like a new man.
Okay.
I told my barber he can't do this anymore. Like, he can't switch up on me and not, stay in contact.
So what was the deal?
I know he's out of the shop. He's not at the shop anymore.
Okay.
I went to his house, and it was a decent little
leveling
setup.
Up.
I mean,
when people leave the shop, typically it's because they either want to just leave altogether or they are getting their own thing situated.
Yeah, I think he's moving into like getting his own shop.
Right.
But one time he kind of like told me he didn't like want to cut hair anymore. And I was just like, not right now. Like, we just started this relationship. Like, I can't.
We just got out of a pandemic.
Yeah, don't do that to me. But yeah, so I ended up going to his house. And he has like I don't know, like in his backyard, he has it's not a pergola, but like, he has some like kind of covered bar area, but he has space to.
That's cute.
Yeah, cut hair. So it's pretty cool. And the weather's been decent, but if this is in like 2-3 months, cut a hair outside, not gonna cut it. I'll do it. Huh? It's gonna be hot.
It's always hot.
Hot.
Y'all in the chair for like 20 minutes.
Nah, my haircuts take like 45 to an hour.
Okay.
No, straight up. My haircuts take 45 to an hour.
That's not a long time.
To be hot and sweaty? Yeah, it is.
It's not a long time.
Alright.
I've gotten my hair braided outside before.
I'm not built for that level of poverty.
Try getting your hair braided in a flea market.
I'm not built for that level of poverty.
I used to do that in Tampa.
But there's AC in the flea market.
Yeah, but barely.
I ain't you. Alright? And for what I don't pay a lot, but I pay enough for AC.
Okay.
So I deserve some good customer service.
Well, not during his transition. You're not paying for AC.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. Whatever it is though, I'm gonna pay it. It's gonna be worth it because it's not like a fresh cut.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I
think that's it.
Except for we didn't talk about your TikTok addiction.
I don't have a TikTok addiction.
She is addicted to TikTok.
I'm not. So I created an account.
Mm-hmm.
Have not posted anything.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't liked anything.
Okay.
Followed anyone.
Okay. That don't mean you're not addicted.
But literally 2 days after I said I created a TikTok and I was showing you stuff and you were like, oh, that's funny. Da, da, da. Mm-hmm. Who created a TikTok account?
Me.
You.
Me.
How many things have you liked since then? And
that
how
does
many
not
people
speak
you
to addiction.
Last night, I'm trying to go to sleep.
Uh-huh.
And then all I hear is bum, bum, bum. I'm like, it's 11:30.
You got some nerve. You got some nerve. Because every time I come around and you supposed to be working, doing so, what you doing? TikTok. Like, you be
for
on
like
it.
5 minutes. You know, you guys need those power breaks.
She won't show me the screen time on it.
My screen time has gone up. But not because of TikTok. Maybe.
Might have to double check
Maybe because of TikTok.
Might have to double check it. Because I ain't gonna lie.
But honestly, I watch like those organizing videos.
Yeah,
I watch
fine.
the cooking ones. There are some funny ones that I watch.
Justify your addiction. I'm just saying.
But it's not an addiction.
Okay, so
I watch YouTube
I'm not gonna,
more still.
Fine, it's not an addiction. But you be on it. And like, I
I'm
noticed.
more on YouTube.
It's such a mindless app.
Yeah.
Because all you gotta do is flick up. Like,
and it's
you flick up and it's it's a variety of content.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're watching the same thing over and over. After like the second day on it, I noticed like, yo, this is like super easy to fall into like a little lull and just next thing you know, you've been on here 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I ended up having to put like one of those limits on my screen time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I put it because I don't
So who has the addiction now?
No. Here's the thing. I'm self-aware enough to know that I need to put barriers in place to not get to that point.
Gotcha.
Some of us just, we ignore our screen time and don't even look at it because we don't want to know how addicted we are. But, what do I know?
All right. So anyway, you can subscribe and rate us on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out a lot. And, we can get more professional if more people listen and stuff like that. So send us comments on the gram at Michel Matters or leave us a voicemail at 954-652-6519.
All right. Let's go to the Michel Matter.
Okay. All right. So, besides TikTok, other things that we have been binging during quarantine, and just because we can, because we're home more, I thought it would be cool to talk about those shows, movies, videos that we've been watching and kind of discuss them and, I don't know, overall give our honest opinions on them. Maybe talk about what was cool, what we liked, if it was binge-worthy, cringe-worthy, all of those things. Because I know most people are home or working from home and probably have the TV on in the background or whatever the case. So.
For me, One thing that we've been watching together, recently is Startup.
Yeah.
So
I put you on.
I mean, you did, but it's literally like top 10 on Netflix. So, I mean,
yes, but it's also an old.
It is. I don't know how it just like resurfaced like that because it's already 3 seasons in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the show's over or not. Like if it has a 4th season coming.
Yeah. We're still on season 1. So.
Yeah, but it's top 10 on. No, I'm on season 2. It's top 10 on Netflix. You fell asleep.
That's crazy.
Okay, so let's talk about it because this is one of those things about watching TV with your partner. Like, what's the etiquette here?
But the thing is, you know the etiquette.
What
you
is
know when
it?
like
there's not
just common sense.
Whoa, now this is common sense.
Yeah, there's common decency. And if we're watching a show together, you were on the phone with Nick, and we were talking about something. We're talking about Pose. We'll get into Pose. Mm-hmm. Or you guys were talking about Pose, and then you brought up something from an episode, and you were like, "Oh, did you catch up?"
Yeah,
that's common courtesy,
okay.
Right?
Did I ruin the show for you?
No, because you asked.
I'm still courteous at this point.
Okay.
No,
but
because what is the proper way to handle?
See, but if I fell asleep. Mm-hmm. You don't continue to watch like 3 more episodes and go into another season. You know what
you
happened? Could finish that episode and then let me finish it the next day when I wake up.
I'll let you finish.
I am.
The thing about you, and this is the thing with Jackie, if you know her, y'all know she fall asleep, drop of a dime, all that, right? So we watching the show, and she lives in a state of denial. Let me make sure I add that. So we watching the show. And then I feel like she falling asleep. I'm like, yo, you want me to cut this off? And she's like, no, I'm good.
I said that.
Yeah.
But if I'm asleep, why would you pay attention to what I'm saying when I'm asleep?
Because you be like, no, don't turn it off. You be like, no, I'm good. And then she'll like wake up randomly in the second episode that I've been watching since she fell asleep. And she'll be like, oh, okay. Like she'll just say something to make it seem like she been there the whole time. And I kept watching. So it's just, I knew you were asleep. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you was, faking the funk. So I kept it going.
Okay.
I won't ruin the show for you, but I feel like we need to have, because we've definitely been watching shows, and that's the other thing, where it's like, we watch like 1 or 2 episodes together, I come back, man, I see you in the kitchen, and it's playing on the iPad, and you're on like episode 7.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so we're not watching that together?
But, okay, so we don't watch everything together. That's the problem.
But if we watch the first 2 episodes together?
No. Startup, we watch together. Grey's Anatomy, you tune in as I watch.
That's fair.
So if I'm cooking in the kitchen and Grey's Anatomy is on, it's on, right? Now, Queen Sugar, we watch together.
Yeah. There's
just certain shows, you know what's up. Like,
hey, look. And the thing is, because I can't remember one on the top of my head right now, where you like took off after we started watching it. But it happens. It definitely happens.
I don't really take off like that.
All right.
Unless it's a random one-off show.
She watched 30 seasons of Grey's Anatomy in the last year. That's taking off.
But we never wanted to watch it together.
No. But you say you don't be taking off. I literally watched you finish all of Grey's Anatomy.
That's because it's on me. Because I'm watching. It's my show.
Yeah. Oh no. When you decide it's your show, like.
Clearly, that's what you're doing with Startup. But anyway, what do you like about? Tell the people a little synopsis of what Startup is.
All right, so Startup is based in Miami, and it's about this startup company. They're dabbling in cryptocurrency.
Yes,
and this is from 2018, which is not like
might be 2017.
No, it's 2018.
Oh, was it?
It's not the like boom of cryptocurrency because. If you watch Dope was talking about Bitcoin, and that was years ago.
That was maybe 2015.
But yeah, think about that. But that's still like early Bitcoin. Like if you would have invested in Bitcoin after watching Dope, you'd probably be a millionaire now.
Where the money resides.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this was still kind of early for like where cryptocurrency was going. But so it's about the startup of a cryptocurrency. company, and just the process that they're going through to get the company off the ground.
Insane.
And keep all the investors happy.
Yeah.
And get investors. It's a whole thing. And it's very Miami, but not Miami at the same time.
That's what I was gonna say. I like watching shows that are allegedly based in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this one is close. Like, have you seen a show that's closer to like representing? Like, it's a good representation of a Miami that we don't live. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing about it, one of the main characters is Haitian, and
yes.
I can't relate.
No. That part is
I can't relate.
Totally wrong.
And I don't think anyone else that's casted to be Haitian is really Haitian.
That's what I was going to say too. I don't even know if they're Haitian.
But that's terrible.
Of course, it's terrible.
It's based
but I
in
feel
Miami.
like,
You need some real Haitians.
But I'm saying, that's the part of Miami we do live in. The part that we don't live, like the South Beach.
Yeah, Brickell.
Right, the Little Havana, like that part. I feel like they're onto something.
I bet if you ask the people who's from them place, they're like, nah.
I don't know. I don't know. Some of it is pretty accurate.
I think,
and of course, like, you know, they deal with cops and stuff. So his kind of overview of the city in one episode was like
accurate.
This is on point.
Accurate.
How to make a cafecito or whatever.
Not accurate.
That's not accurate?
They didn't do a good job.
I mean, he wasn't Cuban, so obviously he didn't do a good job, but he got the idea.
He made one.
Yeah. It's stuff like that I'm like, okay, they trying. But then you watch, like, Jane the Virgin, and I'm just like, how is this Miami?
Okay, yeah. It's not
at
as bad as Jane the Virgin's depiction of Miami. But the thing is, like, I can't.
Like, nobody busting it to where she worked.
I don't see any real good representations of Miami except for, like, First 48. Does that count?
Okay.
No?
All right.
But
yeah, I think this is very binge-worthy. Clearly,
so far,
he's taking it off.
Season 1 going into season 2, it's a decent show.
Can't relate.
It's a decent show so far. So we'll keep y'all up to date because I would like to add like a bingeable section to the podcast where we like kind of catch up like where we've been at with certain shows.
Yeah,
you know, watch some shows as a family. Let us know what y'all think.
Okay. The startup is cool.
One of the craziest things we watched during the pandemic was Lovecraft Country.
Yes.
If you haven't watched it, I recommend to watch it.
Yeah. And honestly, we should probably watch it again.
I would.
Because even when I was thinking back on the episodes, I was like, wow, that really happened. Like, we really watched that. Like, it's crazy. But first of all, it's an amazing cast. Anything that Journey Smollett is on, I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
Homie was in it.
Homie? Josh is not good with names.
I'm not. But Omar from The Wire, he was in it. And
that's Atticus? No.
His dad.
Oh, Uncle George. That's not his name?
Nah, Uncle George was from another show. I can't remember what show he's from. But
I think it's Uncle George.
No, Uncle George was the husband to the one who, I don't want to say what happened to him, or if anything happened to him. I mean, I'm not saying something happened to him.
It's been on for a while, y'all. Like,
yeah, he wouldn't call his dad Uncle George. His dad was the one.
But there's a reason why he didn't call him.
No, man. See, it's the craziest TV show. We don't want to give it away, but and it's like before I even watched the show, I asked people like, "What is this show about?"
Also, it's from a book. It's based on a book. Yeah. So, y'all could... I mean, the book has been out forever.
If y'all read.
If y'all read, the book has been out forever. So, if there are spoilers, there are spoilers, I guess.
But I couldn't explain, like, what's the show about? I was like, it's about the past and the future. Yeah. And the current and science fiction. Yeah. And horror. Yeah. And history. Like, it's so crazy.
It is.
It covers so much. It does so much.
Yeah.
And then it ties together. Like, the story comes full circle, but then there's a loop at the end of the circle.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's a crazy show.
I'm not really into sci-fi like that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, we had a teacher in middle school, and he used to always, like, if we didn't have work or whatever to do, he would play us, like, old-time sci-fi movies, Journey to the Center of the Earth, or whatever that thing is called, The Time Machine.
And I hate all of them.
Yeah. What was the other one? Where, like, it wasn't Us or It, or it was, like, a one-word movie, but it was from back in the day. I don't know.
I slept through all of them.
Anyway, I hated them, but except for The Time Machine, I like that. But to see like black sci-fi, and not only black, they had like the Asian woman was a major character. In Lovecraft Country. There was a Native American trans character.
It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on.
For like one episode. So I don't know. It was a lot, but I think because it was just an interesting, you didn't know where it was going, and the characters were a little more relatable, that I wanted to kind of see where this was going. I think episode 3 was where it was like, okay, I'm starting to understand what's happening here. Like, I'm starting to understand, like, why we need the Book of Names and all this stuff. And so once you hit episode 3, at least for me, that's when it was like, okay, together. Yeah, let's keep watching.
I guess I would watch it again.
Yeah, because there were things that looking back, like, do you remember? There was an episode where the sister had already gotten the house.
Okay.
And there were the kids playing on the Ouija board.
Yes.
So one of the kids was supposed to be Emmett too.
I know.
Oh, you knew that?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Because of the way he died in the funeral.
Oh. Well, I didn't remember that being the same kid.
It was.
But he was like, oh, am I going to have a good time in Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
And the Ouija board was like, no. And I was like...
and not a lot. That's not funny.
Right.
But,
but I was just like, oh my gosh, that was really him.
Yeah, they tie in a lot of like
historical... It's so good.
It's a really good show. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
We probably didn't even do it justice with our...
With a lot of the graphics, too, I felt like could have been better.
Yeah.
But it was like, it gave me that old time sci-fi feel. Like, when the snake, yeah.
Just watch it. Please, and let us know what y'all think. Please.
Yeah.
Because I need somebody to discuss some of this stuff with. Because it was a crazy show.
Yeah. Ripping of flesh, turning into other people.
I love the mix of like horror in it too, where it's like,
I don't like that.
There's 2 episodes where it's like, oh, this is kind of spooky, and I like that. Like,
I don't like that. Like all that haunted house stuff.
Yeah,
calling the voodoo lady and all that. I don't. But I did like that it was based in Chicago. And after being in Chicago for a while, I was like, I think I really like Chicago. And
I definitely like Chicago, yeah.
Yeah, it tackles a lot of like racism and colorism and all that stuff from Chicago and North Side versus South Side. And so y'all should watch it. I think it's binge worthy.
Yeah. So another show that we watch a lot, still going on. It's in its last season. And Jane kind of brought up earlier is Pose.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It is the last season. And this show is, it's different.
Yeah, I'm actually very impressed that you started watching this with me.
Impressed?
Yeah, because this is not the type of show that you would watch.
It's not.
And I've never really been like a RuPaul's Drag Race type thing, which is not what this is. But it's okay. So basically, it starts off as it's centered around like the New York underground ballroom scene. So for the queens, as they call themselves, LGBTQ, lots of LGBTQ themes in the show. Oh yeah,
that's
the whole show.
The theme, yeah.
But so it started off. I think season 1 was in the 70s or something like that. It bounces around, but right now they're in the 90s. And you could tell that the ballroom scene is starting to like fade out a little bit. But yeah, man, there's so many themes. They talk about AIDS, and
that to me was like the biggest one.
Yeah.
Where like how rampant AIDS was.
And how much we didn't know about it.
And it affected like that community directly, like first, and they got it bad. Like,
yeah,
that's one of the major like storylines or themes in the show is just how many characters or not major characters, but are some major characters that are dealing with it or have passed from it,
right?
And just kind of like a plight of a group of people that I would say I would never, but like I don't talk to. Like I don't know much about the transgender community or the things that they go through. It's just sometimes you kind of get you can be ignorant, not because ignorance is like you not knowing, but it's like sometimes you just don't run into these situations or scenarios or see certain people because like what you have like if you're not focused on going back and studying and learning and listening, like you gotta have like experiences, like conversations with people or just learn about them. And I thought like at first I watched it because it's crazy how some of these transformations and
but that's we know that today it's like you would never know. I went to school with some people you would never know what they look like in middle school. Like, oh, this is not what you look like?
Yeah.
You had a whole nother, like, name and identity and, yeah. And you would never know. So, the ballroom scene, at least most of the characters on the show have not actually, like, gone under and done surgery. Only, like, one that they talk about. Yeah. Everybody else is, like... It's just when it's done up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, it's definitely interesting, like, perspective is a show that they don't, like, there's not other shows like it, like, for me. And like you said, if RuPaul's drag show is the only one, I've never seen an episode of that in my life.
Me neither.
So, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So, this was, and I'm sure it's, like, dramatized, of course, but it definitely, like, was another perspective or view or like lifestyle that had nothing and it's not even like you don't even have to agree with it just to learn like and not be so ignorant about some it just brings some empathy I guess also to the situation.
What was the last episode you brought up something because it reminded you of Greenleaf? Let's talk about that a little bit. What did you
be here all day?
What were your takeaways?
So on this episode,
the last episode we saw.
Yeah, the last episode we saw. They're dealing with one of the characters and their trauma with the church.
Pray tell.
Billy Porter. And his trauma with the church. And I think, like most things, because Pray tell is also not one of the transgender characters. He is a gay man. Those are like the two main. They deal with gay men and transgender men. Yeah. Well, transgender women.
Correct.
That's a whole other thing. But yeah, so so it's just the depiction of Christians in these shows that I just can't vibe with. Like I just feel like they're terrible like depictions. So you're telling me there are no normal Christians anywhere?
And so what I was telling Jocks was no.
Nah, man.
Basically, no. That's what they're telling. Obviously, it's a show, so they're gonna show you the extreme version,
for sure,
of whatever character they're depicting. But in a situation with like Greenleaf, or in this last episode, where he, is in the church and You know what I'm saying? Like, he had...
it's wild.
He had relations with people in the church, or with a person in the church.
Yeah.
And people know, you know what I'm saying? But
it's hard not to ruin it. I don't want to keep talking about it, but
we're not gonna ruin it. But what I'm saying is, like, these things happen, though.
Yeah.
Just be blessed that, you know, you didn't have to witness a lot of those things. Like, that's
fair.
You know, that's just not the type of church you grew up in or whatever. Like, but there are quote unquote non-normal Christians everywhere. Like, nobody is perfect.
But it's not even just like non-normal. Like, they make these like
you never heard of a pastor, you know. You know what I'm saying? A homosexual pastor?
But we compared it to Greenleaf, right?
Okay.
And if you haven't watched Greenleaf yet,
you never heard of scams in the church?
But it's like
financial scams.
You're talking about one church that has murder,
yes,
rape, fornication, adultery, like people falling out of the faith, like all in one family. Not even the church.
Yeah.
All in one family.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, it's too
racism.
Much. It's too much.
I mean, you have to pack it in to make it a good show. But I think if you really think about it, you can find that character anywhere in real life, in the church.
I guess.
But yeah, I think Pose is binge-worthy.
For sure. For sure.
There are definitely some parts that are cringy to watch.
Yeah.
And like heartbreaking and, you know, but it's binge-worthy. Really cringy and binge-worthy. Married at First Sight.
Oh, that's
this
not
last
cringy.
Season.
That's not cringy. That's some of the best television on TV.
This last season, I was like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. None of these couples are going to stay together.
And you were... people may still be watching. People may still be watching.
I didn't watch the reunion. Did you?
I didn't, but we can. That can put me to sleep tonight.
Yeah. That... I had no hope for anybody on that show.
I knew.
This season. And I've watched Married at First Sight before. And then Jocks would just kind of like tune in while I'm watching here and there. But this season, he was the one like, okay, let's watch the next episode.
Because there was one couple on there that I just needed the updates. I had to see where they were going. There are two couples. The other one was the dude who like
Haley.
I don't know.
The eggs guy, right?
Yes.
Haley and Jacob.
Like, they just really didn't like each other. And it was gold. But
nobody liked each other for real.
That's
the thing with this show. It's like, y'all just forcing it for what? To be married to a stranger?
Yes.
No, thank you.
And that's the thing for me. Typically, I don't care for this show, 90 Day Fiancé, because I feel like it makes a mockery of marriage. And I still feel like
married people be making a mockery of marriage.
Okay. let people who
let's normalize.
I think people are turning like this idea that, you know, marriage is something that can be started and broken on a whim.
I get what you mean. I'm just saying.
Look, it's a lot of people, dating at first sight.
It's a lot of people who don't take their vows.
Call it dating at first sight. If they want to get married at the end of the show, I think that's the way it should go. They get married at the end of the show if they want to get there.
That's not good TV. That's not ratings.
Maybe because that show already exists, I guess. That's like 90 Day Fiancé.
Right. Exactly. But you know what kind of strategy to follow to make a good show. So it's like, oh, okay. What about if we just get them married right off the bat? Let's see how...
It is the wildest thing,
Let's see how crazy we could turn these lives.
And it's like some of them, like, okay. And honestly, I understand. I mean, I say I understand, but like, there are people who are intimate that first night that they met this person. But then that's like, you know, art imitates life. Like, there are people who are intimate the first day they meet people. Like, that's it.
And some people don't see that as intimacy.
But this, I guess. But this is marriage, right? So it's like, you have to keep like choosing this person every day.
Yeah.
Like, imagine having to do that with somebody you don't know. Like, how you can't. That's not. It's just so.
It's weird.
It's the worst science experiment, but I don't know why.
It's amazing to watch.
Exactly. I like watching. I like watching car wrecks. I like watching.
Don't say that. You like watching car wrecks.
It's a like
I know
thing that people say, but I like the chaos. Okay. I like the chaos. I like seeing people like trying to figure it out.
I got you.
And there's just one couple on there, and of course but this is real life. One of the dudes is a Christian, and
allegedly.
That's a thing they keep bringing up in the show with him, and I feel like it's just picking at the fact that like. Even as a Christian man,
but you don't know these Christian men.
He's trash.
I'm sure you know a dozen of these people. What's his name?
No. Chris.
It's Paige and Chris. I'm sure you know a dozen Chris's.
I do know Chris's, but not to act like that. I know Chris's. I don't know people who act like that.
I'm sure.
No. Man, y'all gotta watch the show. It's nobody. Y'all don't know people like him. I promise. Y'all don't know people like him.
Okay, dude, a dozen is a
he's
reach.
A wild boy.
You probably know about 2.
He's a wild boy.
He is. And Paige is wild too.
And in the name of Christ. That's the thing.
And her too, in the name of Christ.
She's just dumb in the name of Christ.
They both dumb.
But he's a wild boy.
I don't know if this is just
the
character. You need a pawn on the show, right? Like if you watch like a Real Housewives or whatever, you have that 1 or 2 characters that are like, I'll turn up for my check. And I want to believe that was the case. Like, they were like...
That's why they brought him?
We just need an awful couple. We're 12 seasons deep. You know what I'm saying? People are getting bored. We need y'all to turn up. Like, I hope that was what was in their contract.
Well, I don't know.
And that they got a good...
That boy took the challenge. He was like, I got it. Like, there was so much turmoil. And it's like... It was like from the beginning of the relationship. Yeah, I gotta watch it because I feel like it's really good. And in that similar but not so similar vein, I like stumbled into this YouTube show.
Oh my god!
I don't even know the name of it, but it's in my YouTube algorithm. I don't know why they chose me, but it's in my YouTube algorithm.
Because you watch toxic things.
No. I'm not even like that. But this is like African YouTube show. That's not African. Yeah. I don't know why you said.
Yeah, we were also going. Oh, that was the same night you were on TikTok. We were going to bed, and well, I was going to bed. I think I was like, I finished Casablanca, kind of finally.
The fact that you watched that,
and then you decided to like put on YouTube. I was like, you were like, oh yeah, where's the remote? I'm gonna put on YouTube. I'm like, YouTube, because you don't watch YouTube.
No, I do, but not like you.
Not like me. And all of a sudden, I see like this therapy session with like 2 young couples, a white female therapist, and British accents.
Yes.
And I'm just like, what are we watching right now?
We're watching TV. And I don't know how I stumbled upon this. You know what? I think what
is it like a premarital counseling?
I don't think they get married, but
so they're just dating, but going to therapy.
Yeah,
I wish somebody would.
And it's literally like 2.
I'm not going to counseling with somebody. I'm just,
and it has to be fake because there's no way you get there and have some of the arguments they're having. Like at this point, y'all should have just broke up. Like I don't even understand.
That's what I'm
why
saying.
Together.
What is the point of spending your time in these sessions?
And the relationships are so short. So it's like, y'all having these arguments in year 2? Like, nah, y'all just need to break up. Like, I can't.
No, but I think one of them was like together for a year or something.
This one is cringy. This is not a bingeable. This is cringy. But this is one of those like...
You gotta find out.
You cover your eye, but you're still looking like through the middle.
You gotta find out what the show is called.
I can't remember. But find it. You got it? You want to put it
No, you
It's in my algorithm, so you can keep talking.
But anyway, so there's at least the episode that we watched. There was 2 couples, both black, and
right there, that's the beginning.
What?
Blue therapy.
So I don't really understand. I don't think we watched the first episode. I think it was like episode 6.
No, I started from 1.
Oh, so what's the objective of the show? to try to make amends and
I don't know. We fell asleep.
Yeah.
But
I don't get it.
It was the first couple, they treat their marriage like a business transaction. Or their relationship like a business transaction.
Yeah, because the guy is apparently some hot shot.
I don't think the way she said it, he's not that hot. He just...
You're talking about the one who, like... I think the therapist was like, oh, name, like, a good time that you guys had this month or whatever. And he was like, not our budgeting meeting.
Yeah, he said they have, like, a monthly planning meeting.
Yeah, like their couple's planning meeting. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
First of all, why do you guys plan, like, your finances and stuff together?
I mean, they live together.
Still, I feel...
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you,
they live together.
They live together. They're doing their thing. But it was like the dude is turning on the therapist. The therapist asked him a question. And he's like, why does that matter to you?
Right. He'll be like, I mean, even though I don't know you, I guess I'm going to share this intimate detail of my life.
And it was like, where do you work? That was the question. The question was, where do you work? And then he was asking her, like, what qualifies you to be here?
Yeah.
It's like, you talking to the therapist? You're asking the therapist? Well, it's terrible. It's not good TV, but it's good bad TV.
Twitter told you to watch this?
It might have been. I can't remember. Or it might have been Instagram. I can't remember. It's because I just seen a still photo of him and her in a car.
Yeah. And
somebody's like, both of y'all are bozos. And then I was like going through the comments, and it was just just people talking about them. I was like, what is this? So I tried to do my research.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon the therapy thing, and I got through like the first minute. I was like, oh no, I gotta watch this with Jackie. So that's why I pulled it up. It was in the room.
The other couple, the girl's like, oh, he doesn't spend enough time with me. If he's not home or whatever, if he's out, I don't remember what she said. If he's either out or he's on Clubhouse.
Yes.
And spending too much time with women on Clubhouse. I'm like, first of all, what?
Hey,
Clubhouse is ruining relationships?
For that 2 weeks that it was hot, I guess.
Anyway, that's cringe.
That was cringe. Definitely cringe.
But if you have nothing to watch, I guess.
Watch it. Blue Therapy. Blue Therapy.
If you don't mind accents, too. Because usually I don't watch shows with accents. But it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Because most of the time I was just like, oh, he doesn't like to...
Be careful.
My food.
Be careful. So, I'm trying to think. What else?
What else did we watch?
That we went binging or...
Queen Sugar, but we're behind.
We are. I don't know how I feel about Queen Sugar this season.
I feel like it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
But I think it needed to be.
I think my problem with Queen Sugar this season is they're basically reliving my 2020.
Right.
And I never want to relive 2020.
I don't like that a lot of shows do, because Grey's Anatomy is doing that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, why? Like, this is entertainment, right?
Yeah. Like, Corona was not entertaining.
It's not. Like, we already know that we didn't have enough PPE. We already know that we.
Well, I can. That makes sense for Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, but I don't need to know. Like, I don't need to know that y'all was stressed. Y'all was supposed to have the answers. The hospital should have had the answers.
Yeah.
And y'all running out of masks and stuff. Like, I don't want to relive that. Like, knowing.
Yeah.
Anyway, and yeah, and then like people going out of business on Queen Sugar or whatever. I'm just like, this is depressing.
It was, and I was like, maybe that's why I was like. They already had enough problems.
Yeah.
And now you add in Corona on top of it. And I guess that's like real life, but
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like we getting back to normal a little bit. I ain't trying to go back to 2020.
Yes.
Let's speed this up. Let me know if there's gonna be a next season or not.
Yeah.
Because
I kind of feel like Grey's Anatomy should stop soon.
I didn't know they were still making new seasons.
I thought after I caught up on Netflix that I was done.
But it's on
regular viewing purposes or whatever. So I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm already 17 seasons deep.
You can't.
I can't stop. Like I have to keep going. And people have been watching this since high school. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it took me a year to catch up.
That's Shonda, right?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, she cut it.
Get your money, sis.
Yeah, I'm sure she still gets something.
Yeah. That's happy.
Yeah, I feel like Queen Sugar. I mean, if it ended this season, I wouldn't be mad. Because I feel like Ralph Angel is doing better now a little bit. Like they're catching a break finally. Darla's not on drugs no more, so that's nice.
That don't change nothing. That's not funny.
It's not.
That is.
But that show was too much. That was
one of the most heartbreaking scenes from the show.
Yeah, y'all need to.
Yeah, I don't need any more dark. That's like when you watch This Is Us, which I'm surprised
I love
make
This Is Us needs to, because you don't watch it really.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm not finna cry on camera. So
This Is Us is. I literally stopped watching it because it was too sad.
And then they're also doing the COVID thing too.
Every episode it could be a tearjerker, and I'm like,
it is.
Why would I put myself through that?
Because sometimes you just gotta let it out.
Like even when they happy, they sad. Like it's just crazy. Like
that's not true.
It is like Randall always look like he about to cry. Like and his lips always chapped. It bothers anxiety. Me a lot. His lips are always like chapped.
Okay. Anyway,
I have reasons why I think his lips are chapped.
I think Queen Sugar is binge worthy. I just think it may be time.
Yeah. I think they're wrapping up. I think they are.
And we always gonna be watching what Ava does. So she could do something else. What?
No. That's true. It's true. People do like what she puts out.
Yeah, it's good.
But time to put out some uses.
Right.
I mean, what about things that you're looking forward to? Or
Insecure, the last season of Insecure is coming out.
That one's a little sad. Like,
I don't think it's sad to me. I think it's like the right time.
You think so? You think this is it?
Yeah. You know how so Insecure, those shows were super small. Or super short, I should say.
30-minute episodes.
30 minutes. And so, but it's giving you like cliffhangers, right?
Yeah. I mean, in 30 minutes, you can't finish a thought.
Right. Whereas like, if we go back to like Lovecraft, I feel like it was jam-packed into like a hefty episode.
Yeah.
Where that could have been divided into seasons.
Okay. Yeah.
Whereas now I'm like, yeah, you can have another season, but
where you
why?
Going? Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovecraft could have easily been 2 seasons.
Yeah. Where I feel like Insecure now, the way Issa did it, it's like, okay, you're good. You're putting the bow on it now. Even though I still need those episodes to be longer.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like this can be rushed to wrap up everything now in 30-minute episodes and like 10 episodes. I feel like,
I mean, it's not much to wrap up though.
I mean, you got a whole show's length worth of friendship to mend in 10 episodes.
To mend?
Yeah.
Just one friendship, no?
Yeah, but it's the biggest one of the show. It's what the show's about.
Yes.
And it's like, you're not just gonna, from the jump, like, make them friends again.
Yeah.
And then, I'm assuming you have to get to your, like, the denouement can't be them becoming friends again. Like, if that's how the show ends, I'll be hot. Like, they hold their hands riding off into the sunset, I'll be hot. I need it to happen like mid-season.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen early.
I hope so.
Honestly. If they even become friends again.
Or that.
I think we're going to see more of like other characters too. Because
it's no point though.
Why not? Because
like,
it's kind of like
a character
it's
now.
Not developing. It's like letting you know what's going to happen to them, I guess.
Unless they get like a spin-off or something. Like, why develop other characters now?
No, it's not developing. It's like, we already know that such and such is having a baby.
Yeah.
Such and such had a baby.
Yeah.
This person is in this career. Maybe this person is thinking about moving.
Okay, I forgot
you know
about
what I'm saying?
There's still that too.
So, like, it's just putting a bow on it, I think.
I just hope they don't rush it, because I feel like that's what happened with Game of Thrones. Like, Game of Thrones...
You just killed it for me.
What? You're talking about some of the best cinematic television ever produced.
With the Starbucks cup?
Alright. You can pick out
that show? That's you?
The Gaff.
That's you?
One of the most iconic classic TV shows of all time. But yeah, I feel like they just did too much to wrap it all up in 6 episodes. And I'm just like, I don't know.
I think Insecure is doing what Girlfriends never did.
That I agree with.
That
I agree with.
I'm looking forward to.
Okay. I guess that's the way to.
There's a good
put a
little
conclusion. A good bow on it.
Yeah.
All right. Girlfriends walked, so Insecure could run.
Boom. And I feel like Issa just knows when it's time.
Okay.
You know?
All right. I appreciate that. I do like, because there's some shows that it's like, we could have wrapped this up like a season ago. Like Power was one of them. Like, I feel like it stretched too long. Maybe a season too long. The show would have been so much better if it would have ended a little bit earlier, because it got to a point where like, all right,
this can only end.
Yeah, it's getting crazy now.
Yeah.
Insecure, I feel like, I'd rather you cut it off too early than run too late and ruin what was an amazing show by terrible storylines because you're trying to stretch seasons. All right, sorry.
I am gonna miss that show, but I like missing good shows.
Yeah.
Like, I just rewatched Desperate Housewives, and I was like, wow, this was a good show when I watched it.
Okay.
And it was just, the last episode was wrapped up terribly, but anyway.
I can't relate.
And I want to watch Underground Railroad.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
So I think it's still newish. It's on Prime.
Okay.
I just know how we feel about, slavery shows. But I think because it's Barry Jenkins, I'm like, why not?
I hear you, but I think it's going to take a little bit more than Barry Jenkins to get me back to watch. Like, I vowed off of, I'm done with slave shows, movies, and I need something else. Like, I get it. Unless you have some wild perspective that I've never seen, or I'm just done. There's other Black content that we can make other than slave shows and movies.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I just don't know what they are right now.
Anything. Give me something post-Reconstruction.
But then watch,
I
put it on, and then he's just going to take off running with it. So,
We'll see. But more than likely, I ain't. I can tell you that. I'm tired of that trauma. I need something else. Give me something else.
Agreed. But yeah, that's what we've been watching, right?
Yeah.
You have anything else that you are looking forward to watching?
There's little things like Godfather of Harlem. That's something, but we don't watch it together.
No.
So it's like things that we watch together. Nah, I think that's kind of it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So, all right. Let us know what y'all watching.
Yes.
Leave voicemails if you watch anything that we recommended. And yeah, just let us know your feedback. And I would like to definitely, like, going forward, do something where we, I don't know, just talk about what shows we're watching, just periodically, like, catch them up. So this episode was like the beginning of our BINGE-ABLES section we throw in every once in a while. It won't be every episode, kind of like the Current Matter.
Yeah.
But, binge every once in a while, like, nah, we gotta let the people know about this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
Let's move on. So, for this episode's Business Spotlight, because we were talking about binging or cringy shows, I was like, what would correspond with that, I guess? And there is a Black-owned bookstore in South Florida. Is that technically still South Florida?
Yeah.
Boynton Beach?
Yeah. Tri-County area.
Yes. Called Pyramid Books, that I recently found out about, and I was going to go check it out. but they're in between locations. So you can order books online. And I was actually thinking about buying Lovecraft Country. Okay. The book. Mm-hmm. Even though most people are saying the show was way better than the book, which is not typical. Yeah. But then I also was looking at, well, I'm not going to say it because it was for you. But okay. Yeah. I just thought maybe you would like it. But yeah, there's a lot of good books, specifically by Black authors and people that are on some of the TV shows we mentioned, like Yvonne Orji. She has a new book out now, Bamboozled by Jesus. So stuff like that. They carry a lot of those. And then obviously like old books, Coldest Winter Ever, that kind of classics. Those kind of books. But yeah, check them out. You can still order by phone or online as they move. And yeah, I just wanted to shout them out. I feel like there was a Black-owned bookstore in DC when we went that I wanted to check out. And ever since, I'm like, where are the Black-owned bookstores?
Yeah, where are bookstores?
Where are bookstores?
That's the real question. Yeah. Like the Black-owned bookstores are probably even rarer to
exactly. Find. So let's support them. Let's not get everything off of Amazon and making this man richer. Respect. You know, let's support these smaller stores and Black-owned businesses. So yeah.
Yeah, sounds like Michel Matter's book club on the way.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Y'all can leave a voicemail about that too. What y'all think? Mm-hmm. Propose a book for the Michel Matter's book club. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
If y'all really gonna read with us.
If I'm going.
If you gonna read with me.
if the team said we're gonna read it, I'm gonna read it. Okay. All right. So let's motivate each other. Somebody pick the book from the Michel Matter's book club, and we on it.
That's it.
All right.
All right.
Another episode of the books.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. That you might work. That you might work.